My name is Lucius Galileo Wallace, reporting to you from Epsilon base on a moon. All is well here. Yes, all is very well. I have decided to start releasing these broadcasts in the eager hope that they find Earth. I cannot yet receive signals, I can only send them. I sincerely hope that these messages reach Earth. Since humans arrived in this system just over 100 years ago now, they have made this the most expansive human settlement in the galaxy. They have established the first galactic university, medical centre, and alloy foundries in this system. And although war rages in the east against Azosa, which, listener, has definitely not gotten out of hand, and according to the human governor, who is, I can assure you, very alive and well, certainly not dead, despite what you may be led to believe, the war should be drawing to a close very soon. Life otherwise carries on as normal. One thing, listener, you should know about Epsilon base is that it is less a base than it is a city. A vast, sprawling metropolis cloaking half the planet in concrete. It's so large that the humans can no longer police all of it, as the resources are tight. So the outer districts, such as my district, District 12, have been left to fend for themselves. Just 2 years ago, District 12 was at the very periphery of the base. Today, it is dominated by high-rises, and from the roof of mine I can count at least another 4 districts, before the city disappears over the horizon, where it extends for another 100 districts, after which it falls away to the desolate, war-torn wastelands beyond. Enlistment continues for the war in the east, although, and this brings me on nicely to this week's sponsor, construction of new state-of-the-art high-rises continues under the new fleet of COMA, or Construction and Maintenance Droids, from the Dave Corporation. I must confess, though, that the new constructions make Epsilon seem even more desolate than it already was. Descriptions for the war making it feel empty already, save for the aliens and droids who now co-inhabit the district with me. As I record these broadcasts, I hear them in the black market beneath my window. It's hard to know who to trust, listener. The persecution of aliens under the governor before the war started has rightfully sparked a feeling of mutual distrust between humans and aliens. I must confess, though, with no more humans in the city, save for the outcasts, criminals, and reprobates who occupy the outermost reaches of the city to which I do not dare venture, things can get a little tiring in this dingy little studio. Although, listener, I should probably move on. I now come to the notices. The District 12 Council would like me to remind you that rubbish is now only to be collected once every 2 Epsilon years. They ask you, therefore, not to produce any more rubbish. To do so may be punishable by a fine, or in extreme cases, banishment, or death. The councilwoman apologises for any inconvenience. Also, Barry's shop has reopened. After Barry's passing 80 years ago, the councilwoman thought it appropriate to open the doors of the shop once more, under new ownership. Stock is limited currently. Upon investigation, they stocked only Nutri-Blocks. And I'm sorry to say, Robobarry, the new proprietor of the establishment, could not make any comment. Robobarry and his steely eyes and hard gaze, his metallic moustache, his voluptuous robotic body, and charming accent, will be delighted to welcome you to his shop when the communal calendar is fixed. Until then, Barry's shop will remain closed. I walked past Barry's shop yesterday, in the dead of night, and I must say, Robobarry has done an excellent job shining the windows and doors, ready for the grand opening. One day. Sometimes, listener, when I venture out into the more desolate quarters of Epsilon and gaze up into infinity, I wonder what lies beyond. What lies beyond the floating billboards, whose incandescent, omnipresent daggers pierce the cloak of Epsilon, making her run bloody? What lies beyond the incessant wars held between starfighters, like God's pawns upon a celestial chessboard? Do you lie beyond? Do you, listener? Maybe amidst the expansive human colonies, there is a place for you and I. A place where we could live without the burden of our mortal inconveniences, where we could be without our every action being scrutinised by the all-seeing eye of the colonial government and the councilwoman. A place, listener, where we could be. How powerless I feel, listener, shouting these messages to you in a dark room, having no way of knowing whether you can hear me. I message you, as it is all I can do. It is my last stand, my last hope, my last chance. My last chance. I hope, dear listener, that you hope too. You hope that one day we can be together, be free. Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendour hung aloft the night, and watching, with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, sleepless eremite. Good night, listener.